The transformative journey of Malcolm X. Born Malcolm Little on May 19, 1925 in Omaha, Nebraska, Malcolm X's early life was shaped by tragedy and hardship. His father, Earl Little, a preacher and outspoken advocate for black empowerment, was killed when Malcolm was just 6 years old, likely at the hands of white supremacists. The trauma of this loss, combined with the institutional racism his family endured, set the stage for a life of both struggle and transformation. As a teenager, Malcolm drifted into a life of petty crime. Feeling the weight of systemic racism and the absence of opportunity, he turned to hustling, gambling, and robbery to survive. By the age of 20, he was arrested and sentenced to prison. Behind bars, Malcolm's life seemed destined for a dead end. But prison became the unlikely setting for Malcolm's first transformation. Encouraged by a fellow inmate, he began reading voraciously. He devoured books on history, philosophy, and religion, discovering a world of knowledge that reshaped his mind. It was during this time that he encountered the teachings of Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam, a movement advocating black empowerment, self-reliance, and the rejection of white oppression. In Malcolm's words, education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. By the time he left prison in 1952, Malcolm Little had become Malcolm X, a rejection of the Little name he considered a slave legacy. Malcolm X quickly rose through the ranks of the Nation of Islam. His charisma and eloquence turned him into a prominent spokesperson, captivating audiences with his fiery speeches. He fearlessly challenged the systemic racism of 1950s and 60s America, calling out injustice wherever he saw it. While his views were controversial, his voice resonated with millions of African Americans living under the oppressive weight of segregation. Through his speeches, Malcolm articulated the frustrations and aspirations of a marginalized people. He famously declared, "We declare our right on this earth to be a human being, to be respected as a human being, to be given the rights of a human being, in this society, on this earth, in this day, which we intend to bring into existence by any means necessary." In 1964, Malcolm's worldview shifted again. After parting ways with the Nation of Islam, he embarked on a pilgrimage to Mecca, a journey that profoundly transformed him. Witnessing Muslims of all races worshiping together in unity, Malcolm began to see the possibility of racial harmony and the universality of human rights. Upon returning, he said, "I have seen Muslims of all colors, from blue-eyed blondes to black-skinned Africans, all in true brotherhood. I no longer judge a man by the color of his skin." This marked a turning point as Malcolm X transitioned from advocating for black separatism to embracing a more inclusive vision of equality and justice. Armed with this new perspective, Malcolm founded the Organization of Afro-American Unity, aimed at uniting African Americans and connecting their struggle to global movements for human rights. His speeches became more inclusive, and his focus shifted from condemnation to empowerment and collaboration. Malcolm X was no longer just a voice of anger. He became a voice of hope and vision, fighting for a future where oppression had no place. On February 21, 1965, Malcolm X's life was tragically cut short when he was assassinated while speaking at the Audubon Ballroom in New York City. He was just 39 years old. But even in death, Malcolm's message continued to echo. His autobiography, published later that year, became a cornerstone of understanding his life and vision. Today, Malcolm X is remembered not only as a revolutionary leader, but as a man who showed the power of transformation. He grew from a troubled youth into a global advocate for justice, leaving an enduring legacy of resilience, courage, and the pursuit of equality. Malcolm X once said, "A man who stands for nothing will fall for anything." He stood for justice, for truth, and for the possibility of change. His life reminds us that transformation is possible, even in the face of adversity, and that the fight for equality is never in vain. From the streets of Omaha to the global stage, Malcolm X's story continues to inspire those who dare to dream of a better world. His life was not just his own, it was a beacon for millions. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.